fighter class hero, which means that when he dies, he comes back to life, which is pretty cool. I do appreciate that, with him being an undead pirate, undead. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I do like the fighter emblems. It works for him quite well. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I've graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we're going to be doing a brand new hero breakdown on Sargasso. Apparently, you're no longer the captain. You got kicked off your ship. Probably because your beard stinks. It smells really bad. Look at that. I've never seen a green beard. It smells disgusting. A fun fact. Who was the first player in Empires and Puzzles to have the Sargasso avatar? If you put that in the comments below, let me know. Whoever tells me first wins a free Happy Meal at McDonald's. He's got 729 on his attack, 708 on his defense, and 1334 on his health. Overall, statistically, the attack power, it's alright. It's eh. Defense, eh. It's alright. Health total, it's okay. About average on everything. He is running at average speed. He is also part of the Pirates of Corellia event, which means he gives you a bonus anywhere between 2, 3, 4, 5 heroes, between 3% and 15% attack, 2% and 12% mana generation. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. To try this game out, all you gotta do, go to the video description, click on the special links. You'll receive 100,000 silver and 1 free champion, Accolade. All your treasure is waiting for you right over here and only available for the next 30 days and for new players. In terms of his abilities, he deals 385% damage to the target and minor damage to the nearby enemies. That used to be a lot lower. I think it was at 355, so he's definitely got a huge boost there. Target nearby enemies get minus 80% healing received for 4 turns. He is also a fighter class hero, which means that when he dies, he comes back to life, which is pretty cool. I do appreciate that, with him being an undead pirate, undead, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I do like the fighter emblems. It works for him quite well. As far as his abilities goes, it is a lot of damage. This is kind of like the Thorn treatment, where it was just like a really, really awful hero, and then suddenly they gave him a lot more damage, and they're like, wow, all right, I really don't want to get hit by this character. I definitely underestimated this guy quite a bit, but 385% damage is a lot. And then it is kind of cool with the 80% healing received for 4 turns. That's definitely a factor. I think that they've done a pretty good job on buffing this hero to make him slightly relevant. When we look at his Titan grade though, he is still going to get a C grade there. Obviously, you don't really care about healing on their Titan right now currently. We'll see if that changes. Deals 385% damage, not really going to be a factor there. I'm not appreciating him against the Titan at all. 729 is not the greatest of the attack powers. Probably not the best bet. Maybe you could put him in on Titans if you put a whole bunch of emblems on his attack power, but I'm not really seeing it. I wouldn't really recommend him against a Titan. He is going to get a C grade there. When we look at his offensive grade, he is going to get a B grade. This was very close to flexing into a B+. Now, what I will say is that his grade obviously gets higher depending on what team that the defense has. If they're a team that's focused on healing a lot, could definitely be a factor where you're reducing the healing. Depending on what they're doing, I could see that this might flex into a B+, and maybe people are saying, Anchor, you're totally wrong. I really love Hero. He used to be a lot. I think it was like 50% healing. You guys will probably let me know in the comments. I think it was less healing. So they increased his healing as well as his damage. So definitely a little bit more of a relevant hero. 80% healing is a lot of healing that you're reducing. So I could see there being a factor there, especially in offense. Currently though, he is going to get a B grade because obviously this is contingent upon defense that heals a lot. And right now you only really have Teleria tanks that are kind of healing. And other than that, pretty much everything is just focused on just killing you really quickly. So there is that factor there of the unknown where you could potentially get more of a grade, but I wouldn't say it's anything less than a B. When we look at his tank grade, he is going to get a B grade there. He doesn't really have the defensive stats that you would like for a tank grade, but again, the 385% damage, that is definitely a factor. They're probably not healing too much at that point, so it's not going to factor in too much, but the 4 turns, that is a long duration. He is going to get a B grade there. Again, a situation to where potentially could have flexed into a B+, but I don't know if I'm seeing it. He is going to get another B grade as far as his flank grade goes. Reason being now is that he's on the edge. He is running at average speed. That does help out. 385% damage. I'm just going to go back to that. It's again the Thorn treatment. You got to consider this hero is just very similar to the hero Thorn. They just deal a lot of damage. You don't really expect them too much, but for a player that is just receiving them, that doesn't really have a lot of options, you could be pleasantly surprised with this guy. But I look at other heroes and compare him to other purple heroes, and they're very high impacting heroes. So it is a factor. He is going to get a B grade as far as his flank grade. On the wing, he is going to get a C grade there. I'm not a really big fan. You could potentially use him, but not my best bet. Overall, defensively, he is going to get a B. Again, this could maybe flex into a B+. We'll see. When we look at his weekly raid grade, he is going to get a B on rush attack. Dealing that much damage, that is a factor. It could, again, this goes into that whole system to where if they are dealing with a whole bunch of healing, if you are going up against a team with a whole bunch of healing, he could be a huge factor. He could really help you out. Maybe, we'll see, but it's too much of a factor. You're going to have to make that own determination on your end. So if they are doing the healing, that's obviously going to increase his grade. It's going to help out, but overall, I'm just basing it on what the normal average board comes into play. Not a whole bunch of healing really goes into defenses. There is some, but it's a little bit less of that. It's more damage oriented at this point. When we look at his buff grade, he is going to get a B grade there. Again, obviously because he's just punching you in the mouth at 385% damage. It's not really going to factor in too much. Bloody Battle, he is going to get another B grade there. Again, this does help out with the healing, but not really. It doesn't help out with the healing at all because they're not healing. So that was just wrong. But he's just going to deal 385% damage. This is an overall grade of a B. I could easily see this being flexed into a B+. His roof is pretty much very similar to Thorn. It's one of those unexpected heroes that I would just get smashed if I gave him a higher grade, because people would be like, he's so bad. And I will say Sargasso was probably one of the worst heroes that they ever released. Now with the buffs, he's definitely relevant. There is some usability. Not my favorite hero, because purple has a lot of really good heroes. So he definitely, I think he fits in about the average slot. He's not bad, he's not great, he's not amazing, he just fits. But he could be extremely useful against the healing, so you got to factor that in there. So thank you so much for watching this content. Please make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, and I'll see you on the next video.